Alright, so yeah, so for this question, so from now onwards, if you do problem sum, what I expect you to do is you are expected to write a branch. Okay, so this question it says Simon, where's Simon? Okay, Simon, right? So it started with 10 kg of flour, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then of course he baked 3 such cakes.
Yeah.
So 3 cakes, right? 3 what cakes? 3 cakes, right?
Yeah.
And then you know that 1 cake takes 1.4 kg, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to draw the cakes out, right? So this is 1 cake. So 1 cake is 1.4. Another cake is also 1.4. So the third one is also 1.4, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, because of this, then this will be the used kg, right?
Yeah.
And then if these are used, so what is left? So how do you find left? Okay, so since you have 10 kg, you start with 10 kg, right?
Yeah.
And then you use 3 of 1.4, right? So you can actually write this. Okay, times. So therefore, your this used should be 4.2 kg. So you write it here. Okay. So once you have used 4.2, so you start with 10 kg, you use 4.2. So what is left is, of course, you use what operation? Minus. Yes, very good. So basically you have 10 minus 4.2. Therefore you get 5.2. So remember, every question or every answer should have unit. Okay, so this is the branch I expect you to draw next time. Oh, by the way, you are supposed to write down the left here. Okay? And what the question is asking is left. You see? Okay, so very good. You have done a good job for this question, but of course, you are expected to write down the units. Okay, which is without the units. Okay, next. So similarly, I'm going to, how many questions you have? Oh, a few. Okay, so I'm going to write one more example. Okay, using the branch, and then subsequently you are going to fill. You are going to fill up with the branch later on. Okay, so this is question 2. Or you can also guide me along. How do you do this question using the branch method? Okay, so June prepared 5 liters of lemonade. So after she had drunk 0.96, okay, so basically June started with 5 liters, right?
Yeah.
And then 0.96 drank. So what is left? What is left? So you use 5 minus 0.96, right?
Yeah.
Which is 4.04 or 6. 0.04. Okay, so next time you have to write it properly, because this is quite misleading. By the way, this is quite misleading. Huh? It looks like a 6 to me. Okay, so let me write down. So where's the point? Oh, here. So it's 5 minus, so it's 4.64. 0. Sorry. All right, and then after that, she pour the remaining where? Which branch? Left. Very good. You branch out from the left here. Okay. So equally into 4 bottles. So basically, instead of I gave you a question, right? If 2, right?
Yeah.
I still remember that question, like split to Cindy and then Candy, right?
Yeah.
So instead of 2, right now it's 4. Okay. So how are you going to do 4? So you divide by 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So equally to 2 means divide by 2. Equally to 4 means divide by 4, right? So that's how you branch out. So basically, how you do is you basically branch out. Instead of 2, how many branches you have? 4 branch. Okay? Each branch will be given by 4.04 divided by 4. So you have 1.01 liter, and then 1.01 liter, 1.01 liter, and 1.01 liter. So this is each. So basically each, and then each. Okay? So they ask, what is the volume of lemonade in each bottle? So basically they are asking for each, right? Can you see the each? Can you see the each here? So basically this is the answer with unit. Okay? If 2 bottles, you divide by? Exactly. Okay? 10 bottles, you divide by 10. Okay? So that's the way to do such questions. Okay? So now, can you demonstrate to me, remember the units, okay? Remember the units. So can you demonstrate to you how you do this question? So basically in the supermarket, apples were sold at 6 for 5.80. So 6 of them is 5.80. Let me so 5 is of 6, 5.80. So you get 6 apples. Okay? So 24 apples. How much? Right? So, okay, how do you think of this question is, okay, what do you think? Do you think you need to pay more or you pay less? 6 apple is 5.8, right? Yeah. So if you want to buy 24 apples, what do you think? Do you think you pay more than 5.8 or less than 5.8? More than 5.8 because you get more apples, right? Yeah. So what are the operations we have learned so far? So we have learned times, divide, plus, and subtract, right? Yeah. Can I ask you which operations or which operations will increase the number? Times. Or times and plus. Very good. So basically, you know that you are going to pay more than 5.8. Yeah. So you don't have to think of. It means in this case, you don't have to what? You don't have to use divide. You don't have to use minus, because if you want to use divide and you want to use minus, you will get a smaller number, yeah, which is not what you want. So you just choose between times and plus. So you just ask yourself this. This is called proportionality. So you have been using proportionality, but maybe you have not realized it. Okay, so ask yourself, the apples here, you have 6 of them, right? Yeah. So the number of apples increased by how many times? It's increased by how many times? 4. 4 times, right? Yeah. 4 times means times 4 lah. Yeah. Okay. So times 4. So if the number of apples increased by 4 times, so your amount also need to be? Yes. So times 4. That's why you have your 4.8 here times 4. That you will get your this 23.20. Okay? So I'm using proportionality. Okay? So I would like to give you another example. Okay? To use proportionality. So basically, does it make sense? Like the number of apples, you times 4. So the money you pay is also times 4. Makes sense, right? Right? So I'm going to give you another example using proportionality. I think proportionality, this concept is easier to digest. Do you find it very easy to digest? Yeah. So what if the number of apples decreased by 2 times? So your amount also decrease by what? 2 times. Exactly. Make sense? Yeah. Increase by 3 times? Increase by 3 times. Very, very simple, right? So let me get you another question. Sorry. I I should make use of this one. Okay, here, this is a great one. So iPhone. One iPhone 11 is let's say 1,000. Okay. What if you have your family, you have four, right?
Yeah.
Four of you, right? So let's say you want to buy four of them. So 4 iPhone 11. So ask how much. So you just ask yourself, one iPhone. This is one iPhone, huh?
Yeah.
So now you want to buy four, right?
Yeah.
So the number of iPhone you want to buy increase by 4 times, right?
Yeah.
So does it make sense? Your money also need to times 4, right?
Yeah.
So how much? For 4 iPhones.
4,000.
Exactly. So does it make sense? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's very intuitive. Is it easy to digest? Using proportionality? Proportionality means you times 4 here, you also times 4 here. If you divide by 4, here you also divide by 4. Okay? Good. Next. Okay. So this question you put a question mark. What it means?
Oh no, that was last time's one.
Oh, last time. Okay. By the way, is this kind of question going to be tested during your exam later on?
Yeah.
Or this is just extra work?
Some are tested.
What do you mean by some are tested? You mean some of the questions here are tested?
Yeah, they're tested because they are the 4 operations.
Oh, okay, very good. So David bought 7 markers. So in order to do this question, 7 markers, right? I think it's best that you know that you're supposed to find what? One marker, how much, right?
Yeah.
Can you remember just now? 4 iPhone is 4,000. One iPhone is 1,000.
Yeah.
So it means the concept of proportionality is you always need to find out what is 1. Because if you don't know what is 1, right? How do you know 7? How do you know 2? Am I right or not? So it's always, you need to know 1 is how much. Right? Just like just now the previous question, not iPhone, this one. Like 6 apple is 580. Right? So you have to know what 1 is how much. Right? Okay? So now, let's look at this question together. Okay? Sorry. Here. So what it says is 7 markers, and then he gave the cashier $20 and received a change of 7.05. So basically, right, 20, you need to minus, why you minus this? Tell me your first step. Yeah, why you minus?
He gave the cashier $20.
Yep, okay.
So, and then he received the change of 7.
Yep, so basically you want to know how much is used.
Yeah.
Right? So this is used. Right?
Yeah.
By the way, what is missing?
Unit.
So dollars is in front or at the back?
In front.
Okay, good. So you put the dollar sign in front. So once, that means for 7 markers, okay, for 7 markers, the price is 12.59, right?
Yeah.
They ask for the each, right? Each means what? 1, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So now I ask you, now your marker, the number of marker decreased by what? From 7 to 1. So it's decreased by how many times? 7 times, right? Decreased by 7 times means what 7?
Increase.
Oh,
Decrease by 7 times.
what's the mathematical meaning? Decreased by 7 times means English is decreased by 7 times. So mathematically is minus
7.
minus 7. Decreased by 7 times mathematically is minus or divide? When we say 7 times, what it means? Increase by 7 times, what operation you use? Time. So divide, no, decrease, it should be the opposite of?
Divide.
Yeah. So Increase 7 times use.
Plus.
Increase 7 times use plus.
Times.
Increase 7 times use.
Plus.
Just now. You just recall just now. Increase 7 times use. Times, right? 7 times times, right? So if you increase 7 times use time, decrease 7 times, you should use the opposite of it. So what is the opposite of times?
Divide.
Yes. Decrease by 7 times use.
Divide
by?
7.
Yes. So that means from 7 markers, the number of markers you decrease by 7 times. So let me write down divide by. I should write down in front. Right here, right?
Yeah.
So if the number of markers you decrease by 7 times, so similarly, the amount also must be. What happens to the amount?
Decrease also.
Decrease by how much?
7.
Decrease by 7 times means mathematically means what? Divide by?
7.
Very good. Yep, proportionality. Proportionality. So 12.95 divided by 7 is, the unit is 1.85. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So all you need to remember is what? Increase by 7 times means?
Times.
Yeah, mathematically it's times 7. Decrease by 7 times means?
Divide by 7.
Correct. So let's say increase by 3 times mathematically is?
Times 3.
Exactly. So if this divide by 7, this also must divide by 7. Does it make sense? Proportionality? Okay? You eat more, you get fatter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You eat less, you go hungry and then you get more slim, right?
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So this is called proportionality. Okay? So same thing. Okay? Next. This one is a bit wavy. And next time, please like press it, then a bit blur also. So it said a row of string is long, was cut into 4 equal pieces. So this question, we just did it. This is like the what? Like split equally into 4. You get my point?
Yeah.
So you have like let's say you have 2.92 meter, you split equally to 4. So what is each? What's the operation? Divide by? 4. Yes. So each is 2.92 divided by 4, 2.92 divided by 4. So similarly, all divided by 4. Okay, that's each. So that's why you get 0.73. What is missing? Unit. So it's cm or m. Always m. Okay. So it's all 0.73 m, 0.73 m, 0.73 m. And now Vincent used 3 pieces to tie some packages. Okay. So how many meters of string did he use? 3 of them. That means 1, 2, 3. Right? So 3 of them means you what do you do with this?
5.
Which one times which one?
0.73
Mm-hmm.
times 3.
Okay, that's one way, times. So if I don't want to use times,
0.73 plus 3
plus 3.
plus 0.73
Yes.
plus 0.73.
Correct. You plus 3 times the same thing. Plus 3 is definitely wrong. Plus 3 means what? Plus 3 means you this plus 3, that means you started with less than 3. How can you understand my point? You started with less than 3 meter and then you say, oh, he used 3.73. Wow. How can you end up with more? You get my point or not? You only started with 2.9. How can you end up with okay, you start with $4. Can you use $5? Why not? 为什么不可以？
$4.
You are given $4 and you come back to your mom. Your mom asks you, how much you spend, Charmaine? Then Charmaine say, I use $5. Does it make sense?
No.
Why?
Because you have $4.
Then
You cannot come home with $5. Saying that you spend $5 because it's $1 less.
I will say the reason is the maximum I have is $4. That means if I want to use all of them, I can only use
$4.
$4. So how can you say you use $5? It doesn't make sense. Unless you go and steal $1, but that is illegal, okay? Okay, so doesn't make sense. Okay, next. So remember, next time if you get an answer, right, and you get more than the initial number, right, you should question yourself. Okay, you should question yourself. It's just like your mom give you $10, and then you come back and say, "Oh, mom, this is the left." Then your mom count, it's $11. Something is not right. Right? Something is not right. Okay? How can you start with $10 and end up with 11? Doesn't make sense. Okay? Next. Wow, getting blur, more blur already. Can you read or not?
One is a cross.
Okay.
Cross.
Okay, good. So let me get it out first. So you need to read to me because a bit blur. So it says 1 meter of cloth is 12.80, right?
Yeah.
Then 1 meter of
Lace.
lace. Okay, so this is cloth. This is cloth. I write the cloth in front. So basically they have two items now. Then this is lace. 1 meter is how much? $8. Okay, good. So now Judy paid 82 for 3 meter of cloth and some lace. So basically Judy paid $82 for 3 meter of cloth. So 3 meter of cloth. So can I ask, 3 meter of cloth, how much? So the length increased by how many times?
3.
Increased by 3 times, right?
Yeah.
So your this dollar amount also must. The dollar amount also must.
3.
Correct. Because this thing increased 3 times, the money used also must increase 3 times. 1280 times 3 is 38.40, right?
Yeah.
Then, so he say total spend 82. Then you can find out how much money the person spent on lace, right?
Yeah.
So how do you find how much money is spent on lace? You use 82 minus
$3.
38.40, right? Which is 43.60.
Yeah.
So the person used 43.60 for lace. Okay? So now let's use proportionality. So let me group them. So this is for the length, and this is for the dollars. Now the question says the person used 43.60 for the lace.
Yeah.
Then I ask, how long is the lace? You ask yourself, from here to here, increase by how much? Increase by how much?
5.6.
This minus. This minus. Increase by how many times? This minus.
Increase.
Huh? It's not increase, right? We are always doing increase, right? Once again, increase by 7 times. What's the operation?
Exactly.
Exactly. So decrease by 7 times. What's the operation? Exactly. So we are always doing what? Which two operations?
Increase.
Mathematics. Times or? Okay, exactly. So can I ask you, how do you, so the 8 increase to this is increased by how many times? Increased by how many times? Okay, so it's increased by 5.45 times. So 5.45 times, right?
Yeah.
So since your this money increased by 5.45 times, so that means the length also must
Increase
by.
5.45.
So what's the answer?
5.6.
Exactly. What's the unit? I think it's raining. I need to correct my phone. Okay. So once again, increase, use what? Increase by 7 times. Use what operation?
Times.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Can I ask you? Okay, we know that increase is definitely more, right?
Yeah.
So when do we use times? When do we use plus? Let me put it over. Give you some time with it. Where do we use times? Where do we use Okay, so write down. When do we use times? When do we use multiply? When do we use plus? Okay. Increase by 7 times. Write down. Versus increase by 7 meters. Which one is plus? Which one is times?
This one times.
Exactly. Okay? Write down. Times. Where is it? Yes. Then similarly, when do you divide? When do you minus? What do you think? You think what? Very good. So can you differentiate when do you times and when do you plus? So what if I ask you? What if I tell you increase?
This is just plus.
Huh? How do you know? How do you know? When I say increase, you only know it's plus, is it?
Plus.
Yeah. It can be plus or times, right? So you need to ask further. You increase by what? You need to ask the question. Because by what, the what in at the what behind by, right? It determines whether it's times or plus. Am I right? Am I right or not? Am I right or not? So increase is what?
Could be times or plus.
Can it be divide?
No.
Can it be minus?
No.
No. Increase is definitely times or plus. So it depends what is at the back. Okay? So please take note. I'm going to test you later on with this. So money increase, so the length also increase. Does it make sense? That's called proportionality. Now you know the meaning of proportionality? Or even before this lesson, do you know the meaning of proportionality?
No.
So now this is called proportionality. So let's say this thing and this thing is proportional. What it means is this one go up, this one also go up. That's called proportional. You eat more, you get more weight. Am I right? So this is called proportional. Okay? So remember the concept of this is the concept of what?
Proportionality.
Very good. Okay? Then okay, you sleep more, you'll be more lazy. Right? You study more, you can probably score more. Right? Am I right or not? You work harder, you make more money. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So all these are proportionality. Okay? Good. Next. This one. Wow. Yeah.
Let me save just enough money to buy 8 hair clips.
Wow.
If she bought 3 hair clips instead,
Mm.
she would have $8.75 left.
Okay, good. Good that you can read. I can't. So let's get it out. So it says visitor save just enough money to buy 8 clips. So 8 clips. And she bought 3 only. So she bought 3 only. And then yeah, she would have 8.75 left. Okay, so the 8.75 left. That means the 8.75 left is for how many clips?
The 3 head.
The 3 head clip should be used, ma.
Yeah.
No, ma. 3 head, the 3 clips is used, right?
Yeah.
Right? So this one left is for. So basically, okay. So that means this question, right? If you were to so-called draw the branch out, right? So what it looks like is this. Okay, what it looks like is this. Supposed to buy 8. Okay. Now the person never buy 8. The person only what? Buy how many? 3. So let me write it down first. So the person write only 3 clips. So this is bought. Am I right? So that means how many clips never buy?
5.
5. So that means 5 left, right? 对吗?
Yeah.
5 left. Okay, now the question here says what? She would have 8.75 left. So this $8.75 left is for 5 clips or for above?
5.
Yes, so that means 5 clip left is also for 8.75 left. They match. They match each other. The money left should match with the clips left. Money used should match with the clip used or bought. Okay, so now the answer is very simple. How much money did she save? 对吗?
Yeah.
So in order to find how much money saved, right? You need to find out how much money. So you save this much more money, am I right? You save 8.75 because you never buy what? Am I right? Did you bring your this summer? 没有.
This is my assessment book.
How much money? Oh, okay, save. Okay, I know. So they ask Betty save. Save means beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I take the word save as? 省了多少钱? It's not. You understand my point? Okay. So that means they want to know what is at the beginning. Okay. So very simple. If I use proportionality, so proportionality is 5 clips. I write it in the vertical manner. So 5 clips, 5 clip is $8.75. Right? Oh no, I shouldn't write it here because the down here is for the 8 clip. So 5 clip is 8.75. Am I right? So now I ask myself 8 clip. So the question I ask myself is increased by how many times? So I times what? How do you find out this time? So from 5 to 8 is increased by how many times? Calculator? 5 to 8 is increased by how many times? How many times? Answer. How many times?
1.6.
Yeah, so it increased 1.6 times. So 1.6. 1.6 times, right? So if the number of clips increased by 1.6 times, using proportionality, your money amount will be what? The amount also must?
Or times 1.6.
Correct. So what's the answer?
Okay.
is also $14. Okay. Who taught you this the method behind in the background? Who taught you this method? Your brother? Then what do you think? Do you think my method proportionality is easier or your brother method is easier?
Yours.
Okay, so it makes sense, right? Okay, you just have to make sure you know the difference. Once you know the difference, number increase how many times, money also increase by how many times. Money increase by how many times, number also must increase by how many times. Right? We are using proportionality, right? Okay, good. Next. Then what about this if I ask you this question? So I don't ask you for 8 lah. I ask you 1. 5 clip is 8.75, right? Then 1 1 clip is how much? So this one is what? 5 to 1. Decrease?
Decrease.
How many times?
5.
Repeat.
Decrease by 5.
So what is the mathematics?
Divide by 5.
Very good. So if your this number is divided by 5, you this one money also must divide by 5. 来，帮我一下。So 1 clip is
1.75.
exactly. Okay, so 1.75. If you were to find 1 clip. Okay, make sense? Good, next. Never mind, we can skip one question, we just look at this. Okay, let's look at this together. Make it smaller. So basically all questions here you use proportionality. Okay, it says Nancy bought some fruit tarts and egg tarts for $23.80. A fruit tart and an egg tart cost $3 together. Okay, together. Each egg tart costs $1.40. Oh, okay, so that means here you need to break it down. So egg tart is $1.40, right? Then it says fruit and egg tart, right? Can you see here?
Yeah.
Fruit and egg tart cost $3. So that means what? How much is the fruit tart? How much is one fruit tart? This is one egg tart. How much is one fruit tart?
$1.40 $3 minus $1.40.
Which is?
160.
很好 160. Okay. Now, and then she bought 2 more egg tarts than fruit tarts, right? There are 2 more fruit tarts, egg tarts than fruit tarts. Okay. Okay, good. So then this question, then I would like to use, by the way, where did you get this question from?
This question.
Yeah.
This one my exercise assessment.
Is it for fundamental or for normal math?
It's
Combination.
It is primary 4 topic.
Oh, okay. This is primary 4 topic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Then, okay, so can I ask you? Each egg tart costs $1.40, and then one fruit tart is $1.60. So now, what you need to do is you need to make some guess. Okay, guess. Why? Because remember, we talked about how to guess.
Yeah.
Smart guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with just 10 egg tarts. Okay, I like to play with 10. So let's play with 10. So imagine I have 10 egg tarts. So if I buy 10 egg tarts, I'm supposed to buy what? I'm supposed to pay how much? Very good. So if 10 egg tarts, I'm supposed to pay 14, right? Now, then if I buy 10 egg tarts, how many fruit tarts I will buy? Given the statement say you bought 2 more egg tarts than fruit tarts.
8.
Very good. So let's play with 8 first, with fruit tart. So if I buy 8 fruit tart, how much I'm going to pay?
$12.80.
$12.80. Okay, good. So let's look at this. Then how much I'm going to pay for this? What's the total I need to pay? Given that I have 10 egg, right?
Yeah.
So in this case it's 10 egg and then 8 fruit, right?
Yeah.
That will be how much I pay? How much I pay? How much I pay now? These two. How much?
26.8.
26.8. Okay, good. So write down first 26.8. Okay, compared to the answer 26.8 compared to 23.80. Does it make sense?
No.
Why? Because you use 23.8, right?
Yeah.
So that means this trial and error, your 10 is correct. Too big. Very good. So if it's too big, you should try what now? You want to try 9? I don't know. I mean, basically it's trial and error. Okay. Definitely you will not try 11, right? You will try 9, right? One less, right?
Yeah.
Will you try 1?
No.
Will you try 5?
No.
Go. Just systematically. -1, try 9. Then if 9 is also too big, you try 8. Yeah, good. So now I try 9 first. So if I go for 9 eggs, so how much I buy? I mean, how much I pay? How much I pay?
$12.60.
哈，这么快啊？
Yeah, I calculate.
哇 1.4 times 9 you calculate already?
Yeah.
哇 so far. So you 12.6.
12.6.
So since you bought 9 egg tarts,
7.
so you have 7. Yes, fruit tart. Very good. So maybe times 7. What do you get?
$11.20.
Okay, now how much you buy? Total?
$23.80.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Good. So that's how you test. That's how you test. So this is the answer, no? Okay? This is called trial and error. Okay? Trial and error. Okay? Then you must be asking me why you try 10, why you don't try 5 at first. Why? I mean, you might be wondering why I don't try 100. 为什么我不 try 100?
100 is too.
Why too big? How do you know it's too big? Because you 100 times 1.4, you get how much? Yeah, that is too far away from this side.
Yeah.
So if 100 is too far away from this, so the next number I try, I will cut it half. I will try 50. You try 50?
50
times 1.4?
70.
It's still very far away, right?
Yeah.
So you cut another half. 25?
35.
Yep, it's still very big, right?
Yeah.
So that means you cut another half, that means you end up with 12.
16.8.
Yep, 12 is too much. So then, therefore, you will zoom into 10, then 9, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's how you do this calculation. Try and error. Okay? Okay? Good. Next. Let's look at this together. This is also about try and error. Okay, 2 identical glasses and 3 identical bottles. So basically you have 2 glasses and 3 bottles, and then can hold 4.16 liter. I use short form. 3 bottles, 2 glasses can hold 4.16. Now it says each bottle holds twice as much water as each glass. So what is the capacity of each bottle? So it says what? Each bottle holds twice as much water as each glass. Okay, so that means what? That means this one glass. So which one is bigger? Given this sentence, which one is bigger? Bottle is bigger or glass is bigger? Bigger.
Bottle.
Bottle is bigger. So one bottle is actually. So given this statement, one bottle is actually equal to how many glasses? Each bottle holds 2 times. So one bottle is how many glasses? 2 glasses, right?
Yeah.
Because it holds 2 times,
yeah.
Right? So one bottle is 2 glasses. So I write down first. Okay? Okay, one bottle is 2 glasses. Okay? Then can you see 3 bottles here? So 3 bottles is how many glasses?
2 bottle.
Use proportionality. Your bottle times 3. So your glasses also must times 3. So 3 bottles is actually 6 glasses. So you can actually, you don't need to look at this 3b. You will change it to 6 glasses. Right?
Yeah.
So 2 glasses, 6 glasses is 4.16. Very good. So that means 2 glasses, 6 glasses, total. How many glasses?
2.
Huh? 2 and 6 glasses.
Yeah.
Total?
8.
8. So 8 glasses is 4.16. Am I right?
Yeah.
So I write down first. 8 glasses is 4.16. Can or not?
Yeah.
Then now the question is, what is 1 glass? So proportionality, your glass is divided by 8 times. So your this volume also divided by the glass divided by 8. So the volume also divided by
8.
Yes. So what is the 1 glass then?
It's 0.52.
0.52. That's for 1 glass, right?
Yeah.
That's for what? Bottle, right?
Yeah.
1 bottle is how many glass?
2.
So that means instead of 1 glass, I need to find what? Instead of 1 glass, I need to find what?
2.
2 glass. Because 1 bottle is 2 glass. So 2 glass is how much? So look at this first. Proportionality. Come on. So look at here first. So from 1 to 2, you increase by. From 1 to 2, you increase by what?
2.
Very good. So from 1 to 2, you increase by 2. So therefore, your this volume also must increase by 2. So, what's the answer?
1.04.
Very good. Okay? Easy? So basically, just proportionality. Okay, ma? Okay? So, but before you do 2 glasses, you have to find 1 glass first. Okay? Good. So let's look at the question that we skipped. This is also a similar question. It says Andy is 3.8 lighter than Brian. Jimmy is twice as heavy as Andy. The total mass of the 3 boys is this. What is Andy's mass? Okay, so Jimmy is Jimmy lah, right? So Jimmy is 2 times as heavy as Andy. So that means I think it's good to use Andy. So let's say Andy's weight is A. Okay, Andy's weight is A. So Jimmy is 2 times Andy. So can I ask you, Jimmy is what? Jimmy is how much? Can you see? Let me use a different color, make it easier for you. Okay, so let's say I don't know. Let's say Andy's weight is 80 kilogram. So Jimmy's will be how much? Jimmy will how much? Jimmy is
16.
just now what you say? 80 times. Okay, good. Right? So what if Andy is 70 kg? So Jimmy is how much?
240.
How do you get 140?
70 times 6.
Times 2 again, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So how much is Andy? Did the question ask? Did the question say how much is Andy?
No.
So that means I need to use just A. So 80 you times 2, 70 you times 2 to get the Jimmy rate. So if it's A, you do what? So if it's A, you also times 2. So A times 2, you get what? A times 2, you get what? So A times 2, you get what?
A times 2.
What's A times 2? This is one glass. One glass. You look at this. This is one glass. You times 2 means?
It's 2.
2 what?
2 glass.
This is calculator. You times 2 is?
2 glass. 2 calculator.
So A times 2 is?
2.
Do what?
2.
Yes. 2 A's. 2 glasses, 2 calculators, 2 pens, 2 persons. Make sense? So if it's A, so you times 2 is 2 A's. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Or rather, I don't write the A, I don't write the S, so basically it's 2A. Okay, now, then it says what? So Andy is 3.8 kilogram lighter than Brian. So Andy is A, right?
Yeah.
So Andy is 3.8 kg lighter than Brian. Lighter means who is more heavy? Andy or Brian?
Brian.
Brian is more heavy, right?
Yeah.
So that means if Andy is A, Brian is more heavy. Heavy by how much? By 3.8, right?
Yeah.
So that means the Brian must be A plus 3.8. Why plus? Why not minus? If it's minus, means Brian is
Lighter.
yeah. But now Brian is heavier, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you use plus. So Brian's weight is A plus 3.8.
3.8.
So Brian is here. How to spell? So it's A plus 3.8. Okay. Now everything is done already. Okay, everything is done. So they say together, 3 of them, how much? 154.2, right? Okay, good. So now, can I ask you a question? What is the weight for Andy? Andy is, what's the weight for Andy? What's the weight for Andy?
A.
Okay, very good. What's the weight for Jimmy?
2A.
Very good. What's the weight for Brian?
A was 3.8.
Very good. They add up to
154.
Very good. Okay, now the question is a plus 2a plus a. What do you get? One class plus another two class plus one more class. How many classes do you have? Two classes first.
3.
Yeah, then plus another one class. 4. Okay. Similarly, a 1a plus 2a plus another a. 4a. Very good. So it means this whole thing becomes 4a plus 3.8 equals to 154.2, right? So now 4a is equal to 154.2 minus 3.8. Can you help me out? Use your calculator. 154.2 minus 3.8. What's the answer?
150.4.
什么？
150.4.
150.4. Okay, very good. So now the question is very easy. 4a is 150.4, right? So 1a is how much? So your a is decreased by
4.
So what's the mathematics? Divided by 4. So if your a is divided by 4, so your this also divided by
4.
So what do you get? That's your a.
38.6.
Done deal. That's the weight for Andy's mass. Because Andy's mass is A. So A is 38.6. Make sense? Make sense? Okay, we take a brief break. We come back. I will give you a similar question like this. Okay? Okay? Okay, good. So go and take a break. Wash your. Alright. Okay, so okay. Today is Monday. Allowance. How much is your Monday allowance?
$2.
$2. Tuesday. No, I don't want to know how much is yours. I want to say your Tuesday is double Monday. So how much is for Tuesday?
$4.
$4. Okay, good. What if now your Monday is not $2? What if your Monday is now 1.5? How much is your Tuesday? $3. Okay, good. Okay. So what if your Monday allowance is not 1.5? It's A. How much is your Tuesday allowance?
2.
Why 2A?
First times 2.
Very good. So it's 2A. It's your Tuesday. Okay? Now, what if I say Wednesday allowance? What if I say your Wednesday allowance is $1 less than Tuesday? So how much is your Wednesday allowance? It's $1 less than Tuesday. So how much is your Wednesday?
1.
Huh? You don't like?
$3.
$3. How do you get it?
4 minus 1.
Very good. So it's 3. So it's 4 minus 1. Yeah. What about this?
3 minus 1.
Okay. Which is
2.
okay. Then what about this? How do you get this?
1A.
Huh? Where's my 1A?
I think.
I thought you are supposed to use 4 minus 1, right? 4 minus 1, right?
Yeah.
And then 3 minus 1, right? Right? So similarly, you should take
2 minus 1.
which is 2? You take this or you take this?
2A.
So it should be what?
2A minus 1.
2A minus 1, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? So 2A minus 1 is 2A minus 1. Are you telling me 2A minus 1 equals to 1A?
No.
Why yes and why no? No, are you telling me like, oh, 2A minus 1, oh, this is 2, this is 1. Okay lah, 2 minus 1 is 1 lah, so that means, are you telling me this?
No.
Why no?
Because
Why
2A
yes?
is together.
Small?
2A is together.
Correct. And by the way, 2A and 1, right, they are two different things. One is a value, right? 1 is 1. 2A is 2A a value?
No.
2A is a what?
It's a number.
Is it, okay, first thing first, is it a value? Is it categorized as a value?
No.
2A. No, it's not categorized as a value. Why? Because 2A, you don't know the value, but you just know 2A. Okay, so 2A is an unknown. Unknown, that means you don't know. You know it's 2A. How much? Don't know. Okay, so therefore, random state allowance is
2A minus 1.
very good. So now, focus your attention on what's the. Let's look at this. What is the allowance for Monday?
So Monday is 8.
A. What's the allowance for Tuesday?
2A.
What's the allowance for Wednesday?
2A minus 1.
Very good. If I tell you the total Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is, let's say if I tell you the total Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is 12. Okay? Can you find out what is A? Total is 12, right? So what's the total here? How do you find total? Which one add with which one?
A
Then?
plus
Mm-hmm.
12
Mm-hmm.
plus 2A minus 1.
Very good. So now, A, 2A plus 2A, so how many A together?
3A.
Wait, 3A only? All this one. You can count what? 1A?
Oh,
嗯
1A plus 2 is 3.
Yeah, use your hand.
Plus 2 is 5.
5A. So basically, this entire thing, you sum it together, you get
5A.
5A. Very good. Okay. So now, 5A minus 1 equals to 12. Right? 5A minus 1 equals to 12. Okay. So 5A is equal to 13. So 5A is equal to 13. So we can use proportionality. How? This. So let me do it here. 5A is 13, am I right? So A is how much? Am I right? So ask yourself, this one will decrease by how much? It decrease by how much?
5.
5 times, which is mathematics is? Very good. So if you this one divide by 5, your this one also must? So what do you get? Decimal.
2.6.
Very good. So A is? So A is what? A is? A is? Yeah.
2.6.
A is 2.6. Okay, then now I ask you, what is the Wednesday allowance? Which one you should look at?
The
Which one?
2a minus 1.
Very good. So Wednesday allowance is 2a minus 1, right? Am I right? Now, you already know that a is equal to 2.6.
Yeah.
Then how do you find out 2a minus 1? What's the meaning of 2a?
Is
English. 2 plus, 2 minus, 2 times,
2 times.
2 divide.
2 times.
So 2a is 2 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means 2 times a minus 1, right?
Yeah.
So a is how much?
2.6.
2.6. So it means I just key in minus 1. So what do I get? Use calculator.
1.6.
What's the answer?
1.6.
How do you get 1.6? This is 2 times 2.6.
2 times 2.6.
Minus 1.
4.2.
Okay, so the answer is 1.2 for Wednesday. Okay? Okay? Okay. I want you to at least show me this. I'm going to give you one question. You might not need to solve this, but show me this first. Okay. Now I give you another question. Similar. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday is A. Okay. Tuesday is 2 times. Okay. Then Wednesday is minus 2. Can you fill up this? Can you fill up this? Question mark? Right now? Monday is A. Tuesday is times 2 Monday. Then Wednesday is minus 2 Tuesday. So you'll need to fill up 2 question mark. So what do you write for the first question mark? What do you write for the first question mark?
2a.
Why?
Times 2.
Very good. So it's 2a. The second question mark is
2a minus 2.
very good. Okay, now. Okay, so it means Monday is A, Tuesday is 2a, Wednesday is 2a minus 2. Right?
Yeah.
So you I tell you total is 12. So how do you form the equation? So you need to fill up the wavy line. So how do you form this equation? If I tell you the total is 12, how do you fill up the question mark? Tell me.
12
Mm-hmm.
plus
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
plus 2a plus 2a minus 2.
Okay, simplify your this right hand side. So everything else just copy down.
5a minus.
Then the rest copy down. So whatever copy down.
12 equals to 1.
How you go to? 5a minus 2, right?
Yeah.
How do you find a then? Or how do you find a? You give yourself simple example. 3 is equal to 来给你一个 simple example. 3 is equal to 5 minus 2. So our job for this is to find 5x. So underline 5x. Okay, good. So means our job is to find 5A, right?
Yeah.
Can you see that this question and this is similar?
Yeah.
So 5A match with which number? Which number? 5, okay. And the line. So that means you do the simple example first. 5 is equal to, go ahead. 5 is equal to, 5 is equal to 3, okay. 3 times 3 divide 3 plus 3 minus. So what? 5 is equal to 3 divided by 3 divided by 2. No, there are 4 operations. It's either plus, minus, divide, times. So which one? 5 is equal to 3, what? 2. Yeah, you use calculator lah. If you think it's divide, then you use the calculator. 3 divided by 2 is equal to what?
2.5.
So is it divide then? Is it 5 is equal to 3 divided by 2? Yes or no?
Think so.
Huh? 5 is equal to 3 divided by 2. You write down 3 divided by 2 first. So you are saying 3 divided by 2 is equal to 5.
Oh, 3 plus 2.
Okay, so it's 3 plus. Okay, so the simple example shows you 5 is equal to 3 plus 2, right? So similarly, 5A is equal to, similarly, 5A is equal to, 5A is equal to, match, so it's 3 plus 2, right? Is equal to 5, right? So similarly, 5A is equal to,
Wow.
3 plus 2, so it's 12 what?
Plus 2.
Why? 为什么 Why 12 plus 2?
Supposed to match.
Okay. So write down 5A is equal to 1. How do you write it out? 5A is 14. So 5A is equal to 14. So write down 1A is equal to how much? Yeah. Show me the arrow. So this is what?
2.8.
Which is
1.8.
1A. So 1A is 2 by 8, right?
Yep.
Then can you tell me what is Wednesday? What's Wednesday? Yeah. Wednesday is this one, what? Wednesday is this one. Why you write question mark? Wednesday is this one. Yeah, A already. So what you do?
2.8.
Okay.
Plus 2.8.
Huh? 2 by 8 plus 2, right? 2A, what's the meaning of 2A? What's the meaning of 2A? Ask yourself lah. The 4 operation, which one is 2A is what? 2 plus A, 2 times A, 2 divided by A, 2 minus A, so 2A is 2 minus A. 2A 1 plus, 2 plus, 1 pencil, 2 pencil,
Plus.
then 2 plus A. You write down 2A is equal to 2 plus A. Does it make sense? 2 classes means 2 plus 1 plus. Does it make sense? 2a is what? Times plus divide minus. What's that? You 1 class, you suddenly become 2 class. What is the operation?
Time.
Yeah. So it's what? Yes. 3a. I write down 3a. What's the meaning of 3a? Then what about 4a? Very good. So 2a minus 2 is equal to 2 times a. 2 times a, and then yeah, why not? Continue. 2a is equal to 2 times a, right? Minus 2. You need to write down minus 2, or you don't need to write down minus 2. So a is 2.8. Good. No, don't write like this. Write another one more step. Alright, good. Okay. Okay. Yeah. The unit is dollars. Okay, good. Next. We'll go back to our homework. Hold on, let me pop this one. Okay, let's look at this. Let me see. This one. Okay, good. So start with the vertical line first. Can you give me a ruler? Let me check. 很好. Use which one? Very good. So first thing first, I need to align the ruler with
the
base. Let's go to the base. Okay, done?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite okay. Quite okay. Huh? How come outside? I thought should be here.
Because the rubber is not touching the paper.
Okay, then what I need to do?
No.
Very good. Then this one, which one is the base? You mean here? Is it here?
Yeah.
Then you move. Okay, good. I think you somehow change my question for one question. 你换了哪一个啊? This one is correct. This one is correct. Because okay, wait. I remember I give you a question. This one is question mark.
Yeah.
Then this one is also question mark. I think I got one give you you changed my question. I got give you a question mark. Wait, I asked you for this, is it?
Yeah, you asked me for this.
So you are supposed to give a question mark here.
Yeah, I put question mark here, but then I found the answer, so I put it.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so what's your answer?
16.
Okay, you bring your 16 number first. Because I'm a bit confused. I thought you never. So next time don't write inside the question. Okay, the question is question. How do you get 16? How?
65 plus 13 minus 5.
How do you test 16? 为什么不是160? How do you know it's 16?
I
Use what?
I start with 10 first.
You start with 10.
Yeah.
Okay, you start with 10. Then you never show me you start with 10. You need to show that trial and error, yes. But you need to show people, oh, I test with 10, and then I should go up or go down. You understand my point?
Yeah.
Mm.
Negative.
Hmm?
That's negative.
Then that means 你错咯.
Yeah.
That means 16 is wrong leh.
Oh, wait.
Is it wrong or correct? Wait. So 16 is correct or wrong? Okay, so you test with what now? 10. Okay, so you test with 10. The answer is?
20.
Write down. 10 is 20. Okay, then you show 10 is, 不是 equal. Then you test with what next? 11, right? Yeah, you want to do step by step, right? So 11 is? 来继续。Is? So 12 is? 12是多少？ Then 12 is 10咯，是不是 answer is 12咯？ That's why 我就说你要 show me the working. Correct? Correct your answer. Okay, I'm going to give you one more question. 乱来。Anyhow do. Next time you need to show me this working, huh? So the answer is 16 or 12? 为什么是 12? 为什么 not 16?
16 was negative 10, but I didn't notice the negative 10.
Okay, 很好。Anyhow do. Right? Are you finished with correction? Because I'm going to give you the next question. For you to. Okay, good. 这个是多少 ？Okay, you help me check again. Just want to double check.很好. So this is 8, right? So if you want to write, right, next time you just write like this. 15, 8, then 5 is 48. Okay? So now, I want to test. Test. Okay, 很好. I want to test 36多少 Oh, nice. So that means which number give you 36?
This is the
Below one.
from here, right?
Yeah, for this one. So you can write 36 here, right? Say 36. Yeah, next 这 Yeah. So what's the on top? 对 Yes, correct. So that means you will test correct. 什么？我要36，你给我8多啊所以你need to 虚到有什么？Yes. I think it's always good to start with 10. 好 So write down your trial and error, all things. So you want to come down, or you can actually test 9 or 11 just to get a sense which one you should check. You are testing what now?
No, I tested 11 goes down.
So 11 will go down. So you need to test?
Yeah.
No, okay, good. So 9. So 9 is what? Oh, 9 is 32. Okay, good. So the answer is?
8.
Good. So you got 8. Okay. So next time you can also write question mark is equal 8, so I can see. Equal, yeah, 8. Yeah. 对吗？是的 ，fix. I can see here that. Okay, so let's see this. 1/6 of it. Okay, 1/6 is 5. Okay, good. So, I don't understand this. 1/6 of it is fifth, right? 可是为什么 1/5 of it 叫 fifth？ 什么意思 ？I don't understand this. Why are you writing? Why are you writing? I don't understand this at all. Let's look at my question. Okay, 30 books. She gave away 1/6 of it, and then she gave away 1/5 of the remainder. So you need to give me the left first. Then you branch. Am I right? Am I right or not? So the branch is always what? Give or use. Then this will be your what? Then what is when you have give? Then this one give. Then this one will be? Oh, I know. This one makes sense. This one give. This one is?
Left.
Left, then you should branch. You left already, then you have to put it. Does that make sense, eh? Stop. This is give, right? You start with this, right? How do you get left? You start with this, you give this. What's left? What's the operation?
Minus.
You start with this, you give away this. So, how do you find left?
Minus.
Which one? Which one minus which one? Minus, huh?
Minus 1/3.
Where's the 1/3 you get from? This one. This is give away, right?
Yeah.
What's left? How do you get left?
Minus.
Which one minus which one? Which one? Give. Then how do you get left? No. You give, you get the left first. How do you get left? How do you get left? 除掉. Question is here. Look at this. Once you get this giveaway, get the left out first. And then if you have further statement, what do you do? Branch out from where?
The left.
Okay, you are not going to have enough space. So what I suggest you do here? You don't need to copy, okay? You should just use your method. Because you copy wrongly. All wrong. You still copy for what? The question is here. Can you see the question?
Yeah.
Just redo the question. Don't copy. So your answer is only wrong. You copy wrong things. After you finish question 1, show me first. So what's the answer asking?
Oh, they look so differently.
Circle. Circle the giveaway. So how many?
10.
How do you get 10?
5 plus 5.
Huh?
5 plus 5.
Then you must show answer what? You tell me 5 plus 5, that means you want me to give you the answer or what? Okay, good. Let me check. Okay, so let's bunch by bunch. So 1/6 of it is given away. 1/6 of it hit me 30, right? Very good. 5. So how do you find left? So that means start with 30, give away 5, so of course 25 left, right? So now 1/5 of it. This it is which one? 25 or 30?
25.
Very good. So that means you get 5. So since you start with, so that means now you are at this branch already, right? You look at here or you look at here? Yeah, so therefore 25 minus 5 is 20. So 20 is left. So they say give away, right?
Yeah.
So turn, add up. Okay, very good. Next. Nando. Okay, you remember this kind of question, you don't come back with this, Oh, so many statements, how can it be just one branch? At least 2 branch. After you finish, I have to check before you proceed. Wait, the question asking for what?
Left.
Left, right? Where's the left?
Yeah.
Okay, when they ask for left, is this one, or you add these two?
Oh.
Very good. So when they ask you for left, it means at the end, 最后. Last one. equality 3 friends. Similar to your that's not a question. Split to 4, split to 2, split to 3. So what do you do when you split to 3? Very good. You divide by 3. What's the answer?
1/6.
Very good. Then what about Candy and Katie? What if they ask? So now they're asking for Candy, right?
Yeah.
What about Cindy?
The same.
Huh?
1/6.
Huh?
1/6.
Why?
Because it's equally to 3 friends.
Yeah. So that means Cindy, Candy, Cindy, Katie, they all have the same.
Yeah.
Which is 1/6.
Yeah.
Now, good. Next. Okay, I want to comment on your this answer on this. Yeah. So that means next time, if you ever have one branch, I think you have problem already.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can never have one branch. Because the question I give you is so many statements. One branch is not enough for you to do the question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Oh, you miss out the line chart. Okay. So besides line chart, please check whether you have labeled all of them. Whether you have make the correct labelings. Because I remember sometimes you miss the month, sometimes you miss the number. So it's our average.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Okay, check the labeling. You label all. Then after checking the labeling, then check your unit. Line chart. Line chart. Longer than
Yeah.
labeling, let me see. 10, 15, 20. I thought you are supposed to start from 10. No, you start from what? That means you start from 10. How come you start from 10? Then over here, you're supposed to start from?
0.
Okay. You start from?
5.
Okay. Wait, you start from where now?
Yeah.
You start from minus, right? You look at that one?
Yeah.
If you start from 0, that means your this line, right? You should do what? You should erase and then here, right? This is so 奇怪. How come every week you got new problem one? Sometimes what? Jump step, sometimes squeeze, then sometimes like never start from 0. And by the way, 你看越来越差了，你看。Show your mom, I want to comment. Red pen, remember red pen?
Okay. I don't have.
Make sure show your mom. I want to hear from your mom. Like after seeing my comment from your mom, okay? You can show her tonight or tomorrow. Okay? So first thing first, this is fat. This is so thin. I don't know why it's happening all this. And then never start from 0. Okay? I want to hear from your mom my comment. That means you can ask your mom to WhatsApp. Why? This one tell me. This one start from 5. Why? This one start from 10. Why? I mean, if you want to start from 5, start from 5 all the time. If you want to start from 10, start from 10 all the time. 不然不要乱来。You anyhow do. You see? So skinny, then so fat. Anyhow do. Then this one, you see the line? Out. Out. Why you go out? Then how come the line like saying it like until like this? How come got get one? Then I want to hear from your mom why. Okay? Ask your mom to reply me why some fat, some thin, then some more got gap here, then how come got start from 0, or never start from 0, then start from 5, start from 10, all this rubbish. So this is total. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, what's the unit? 有没有 unit? So many times already. So many times I say unit.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
What's multiplied by 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then multiplied by 3. Is it different question?
No.
I check. Hey, where's my question? Oh, okay, good. 来，等一下。Average expense from Jan to June. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the first one should divide by 6. Stop. The other one is March to June. So how many months? 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be divided by 4. Because March to June. So you should divide by 4. Last one. Savings. Is it savings?
Yeah.
So from where to where? Feb to April.
Yeah.
Feb to April is 1, 2, 3. Divide by what?
Oh, I think I mixed up.
How can you mix up one? Like question 1, 2, 3 what? How can you mix up? And by the way, if you are doing saving, then this one should be saving one. Right? Then this one is what? So allowances, right?
Yeah.
If this is allowances, then you are supposed to show me allowances is from March to June. March is 1, 2, 3, 4. Divide by 4. Did you add 4?
No, I did not.
Wait, then you add 3? Wait, 15 is G.
No, I add 3.
Yeah, what?
15?
15? Which one is 15? Wait, I say March to June, right?
Yeah.
You gave a Feb, March, April for what?
No, April. Oh, yeah.
You're supposed to circle it, right? So this is 4, right? So that means you should add this 4, right? 对吧?
Yeah.
You know why I purposely give you from March to June? Do you know why not?
No.
Do you know why I never ask you what is the average allowance from Jan to June, Jan to June, Jan to June? 你懂为什么我不要这样子问你吗？
It's the same thing.
No, no. Do you know why I never say from Jan to June, from Jan to June, from Jan to June?
No.
Because I want to trick you. I could have, look, I could have Jan to June, but easy for you, right? Why I switch like Jan to June, then I switch to March to June? 为什么我没有 March to June 这里？为什么我用 Feb to April? You know I could have done Feb to March. You know I could have done May to June. I can trick you. You understand my point? So what I want to tell what I want to tell you from this question is you must what? You must what?
Not get tricked.
Not get tricked. So how you not get tricked?
Read the question.
Of course, read the question. I purposely give you like this. Okay, next. 下一题。没有了。Okay, 没有了。Okay, good. Yeah, that's it. Okay, go home. Alright, on this, and I'm going to send you the homework by Monday. I'm going to give you the similar things on top of the first part of our lesson. What is the first part of the lesson? 5A, $20. 1A is how much? That kind of proportionality question. Yeah. So I will add on it.
Yeah, my mom says she'll fill the.
Okay, sure. So the rest is okay. So I will add on to that, and then you are supposed to finish like how many pages here? 这里有5章 so that means you expect about 6 pages from me. Because I still got the proportionality question. By the way, this question is something to do with proportionality again.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
good.
No comment now.
Good. Call. Okay.